the success of the New Orleans Pelicans and the absolute dynamic explosion of Anthony Davis onto the playoff scene, do you think New Orleans might think that they don't need to max contract Boogie Cousins right now? What do you think the positive playoff push we've seen from New Orleans means for the future of Cousins?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. In fact, coincidentally, I have a video posting on this very subject later today on Bleach Report. I believe that this is definitive proof that they should be moving on from Cousins. And it's not like you don't want to oversimplify this, right? Like, Team A is playing better without player X, and therefore they're better off. We make that mistake a lot. But this is a case where there was already a fair amount of evidence that this pairing was a little awkward, not ideal. It was a marriage of convenience. He was available, so they got him. He's a really talented player, so why not? But the results didn't bear out that was really going all that well. And put all that aside for a minute, Rich. Forget the stats, forget the chemistry, forget DeMarcus Cousins' kind of volatile history. Just think of where he is health-wise. He's going to be 28 this summer, coming off of an Achilles injury that almost no NBA player ever, especially at that stage, has come back and been the same from. There's one expert on this I spoke with a couple months ago who said there's about an 80% chance that he's not the same player, that he's diminished. And given that Cousins also has never exactly been renowned for his, fitness regimen, and he's 7 feet, I don't think it bodes well for a great comeback. So if he's going to be demanding $175 million this summer, or whatever it may be, and you're a team that's already got payroll constraints, that's a massive investment to make in a guy with all of the red flags that he has, both health-wise and in his past, and the fact that he was not, I don't think, the ideal tag team partner for Anthony Davis anyway. And then on top of that, they've been great without him, and Drew Holiday's turned into an All-NBA caliber guard. You have your tag team now. It's Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis. So I think the wise move is to move on, and I'll be curious to see who tries to sign Cousins and how much they're willing to give.
You don't think the Knicks will just fall over themselves, Howard?
It would be a very Knicks move to make if they weren't already way over the cap. So that will save them.
It just reeks of, well, let's not let such trifling matters as over the cap get in the way of beasting on James Dolan. Last one for you then. The fountain of youth performance in the fourth quarter by Manu Ginobili only delayed what we all assume is the inevitable, which is the Spurs going out tonight in Golden State. And the question is what about Kawhi? And obviously this is probably the end for Manu and Tony Parker. What in the world is happening with Kawhi Leonard, Howard?
I wish I knew. Because it's the Spurs and probably also because it's Kawhi, this is, one of these rare instances where there's just not much to learn. I mean, there's so much that is still hidden from view here that we might not know for weeks or months. And I don't know. I wish I could shed more light on this, but there doesn't seem to be anybody in the league who can or is willing to at the moment. But it's a very strange situation. I got to believe that sanity ultimately prevails. There's a lot of money on the table for Kawhi to turn down in an extension this summer if he wanted out. The Spurs are not the kind of team that would foolishly just trade a guy because of some snit that they're in with him. There's plenty of incentive on both sides to patch up whatever it is that's causing this tension.
Okay, and I can't let you go without, again, beasting on James Dolan again. How come we haven't heard Isaiah Thomas's name mixed in with the Knicks head coaching search? Isn't that inevitable? Isn't that coming?
I think it's just implied at this point. You don't have to say it. He's just always looming there somewhere. Now I can't imagine they're going to go down that road again, even though Dolan has constantly flirted with bringing him back in one capacity or another, and has had him back with obviously on the Liberty side of things. Yeah. But no, I don't think they're going to be going there. Remember, the guy in charge right now, the team president, is Steve Mills, and yes. Mills basically lost his job, 10 years ago, whenever it was, because of the Isaiah Thomas, Anuka Brown Sanders lawsuit. So I don't think Steve Mills and Isaiah Thomas are
look how much it's affected him. He's now in a position of power to choose the next coach.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.